Welcome back, West Texas. I'm here now with that full forecast. Current temperatures are still pretty warm outside in the 80s as of right now. 82 degrees here in San Angelo, a little bit warmer up here in the Big Country, 85 degrees up here in Abilene. There are a couple places that have since dropped into the 70s already. We got 78 degrees here in Brownwood and Overliable, 76 degrees over here in Eastland. But it's a pretty clear night, so as we continue on, temperatures are going to continue to drop. However, they'll be above average not above average, they'll be right at average this time, whereas last night we were below average in the 50s. So in the 60s for just about everybody. Nobody is below 60 degrees exactly. We got Baird and Albany right here hitting that mark on the head, but 64 degrees for that low here in San Angelo, 62 up here in Abilene. But as we look over these next couple of days, we've got high pressure that's going to start to take over our weather pattern, and that's what's going to bring back the heat as we get into this weekend. So this is the low pressure system that's moving its way towards the east with all those severe weather that we were seeing. This high pressure ridge is going to slowly work its way through, sitting over top of us as we get through most of this weekend. And it's actually going to take a while before it actually decides to kind of leave the mix. We have this low pressure system that's going to start to approach in the earlier days of next week. And it's looking like it might have a cold front attached to it, but it's also looking to be pretty weak. And this high pressure over here does not really want to let go of control. So we won't see a huge temperature difference. Now, these are the 5 days that are going to stay hot. And you're seeing a lot of repetitive numbers. 99 on Friday, Monday, and Tuesday, 100 degrees on Saturday and Sunday. We're really going to be teetering along this 99 degree, 100 degree border. And part of that reason is because of the severe weather that we saw recently. We have a lot more moisture both in our soil and in our atmosphere. And so that is going to lead to higher humidity that we're going to see through this weekend. It's a bit unfortunate because, my favorite part about moving in town, at least one of them, has been the dry heat, but doesn't really seem like that's what we're going to get as we get into this weekend. But on the bright side, that's also what is keeping our temperatures just a little bit lower as well. Water is resistant to temperature changes, especially heating up. So all that extra moisture is going to help keep our temperatures possibly right along that line or maybe a little bit below 100 degrees. But moving on, we are going to see some very strong winds as we get into the weekend as well. Really, the beginning of next week as we start to see that low pressure system start to fight the high pressure. And we're going to see winds possibly get up to 35 miles per hour as we get into the beginning of next week. Now, we may see some relief from some of these warm temperatures. I told you that cold front will be coming through. It's showing to be pretty weak, so it won't really drop our temperatures too much. And we're still seeing that we're most likely going to be above average as we get into the beginning of June. But it's showing we've got a light chance of being above average on precipitation. So hopefully that cold front actually does come through for us as we get into next week. But in the meantime, just prepare for the heat. We're going to be jumping back into the 100s possibly, and possibly staying into those 90s as we get into next week. You can see around Tuesday or Wednesday, temperatures drop down to the mid to lower 90s. That is the possibility of that cold front.